On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel Canada is doing as a country economically?
I think it's a hard question because often we measure how we're doing economically by like GDP or like other kind of more like objective, large scale metrics. But the people in my community are suffering. I know students in particular, I just graduated, students are suffering extremely, particularly international students, folks who are low income, who are Indigenous, who are marginalized, are suffering greatly. And I think that the general ability of people to afford the necessities of life is a better marker of how our economy is doing. And so in that sense, I would say pretty bad, probably a 3 or 4 out of 10.
We're falling. And I would say we're falling fast. So out of a 1 to 10, 1 being really bad, 10 being really good, I'd say we're sitting at a 4.
Canada is probably a 4. It needs just that little oomph to get over the hump so that we can get back onto recovery. Interest rates are too high right now. Loans costing Canadians thousands of dollars more than they did this time last year. And the wages just haven't kept up with this inflation business that's also going on at the same time. So we're struggling just to stay even, which is why it's a 4.
I'd say we're at about a 6 or 7 out of 10. Reasonably decent. I think our central bank has done an okay job. Certainly in COVID, our economy required support. And by support, that meant 0% interest rates and a lot of money printing. With that, we're suffering the effects, the hangover, so to speak, which is inflation.
2. Well, we're not completely underwater yet, but the periscope's still sticking up. But that's going down fast. I don't know if we can recover from it.
7.5.
Why 7.5?
Because the world is not doing well overall, and Canada is comparatively doing better than most countries in the world.
You think it's deserving of a higher score?
It does. Maybe at least 9. Considering the resources we have, the economic advantages we have, I think it deserves at least a 9.
Right now, compared to how we've done historically, I would say probably a 3. I think if you compare this with developing countries, for example, we're obviously at 22, but it really depends what your scale is. If it's a historical scale against itself, I think we're doing pretty poorly. I think if it's a scale against the world, I think we're still doing pretty well. I think we have it pretty good here.
I would say, having just come from Portugal and the US, Canada is doing a solid 9.
That's a high score.
It is a high score because our streets are clean, the people are fed. On the whole, the companies are running, small businesses are operating. I think we're doing all right.
I'd say we're doing around 7.5. I just feel that the tax burden and the bureaucratic burden, especially in the province of Quebec, where you've got multi-layers of everything, and it's just cost prohibitive. Hence all the companies going to Ontario, where they just open the door and make things easier for companies to set up shop.
I'll give it 5. I think we could do a lot better, but I think we could do a lot worse. I think we need to change in Ottawa to do better economically.
1. Sorry. Prices are going up. Living is hard. If you go to, I'm from Nova Scotia, and I don't know if Newfoundland has this or not, but there's people living in tents, like families, not people without jobs, people with jobs, and they're living in tents in a park. That's wrong. That is so wrong. There's something wrong with our government. There's something wrong with the world if that happens in today's society. The housing prices are our pays, we're just It's not good. It's not good. It's not a world that I like living in right now.